for SKT. He's going to be playing a PBZ, and his face is like so ridiculously blurry. Oh man. I don't want to go to the VLC stream though, even though it's a little bit clearer. It's just like, it's gonna lag. I know it's gonna lag, and it's gonna drop at like a crucial moment in the game. It's gonna be horrible, man. It's gonna be horrible. And it's gonna be Cacia? What? Who the fuck is this guy? Alright, I don't know who this person is, but he's some Zerg player on KT roster called Cacia. Actually, isn't there an A at the front of his name? Shouldn't it be Acacia? Because I vaguely remember a player called Acacia, or Cacia, or whatever. I don't know why it's just spelled Cacia now. Yeah, see, Blindor says that's actually true. Well, I guess he's been playing a lot of StarCraft too. I don't know. Yeah, there's the upside down KT sign. Woo! You know you're a real fan of a team when you don't actually know which way up their logo goes. Alright. See, now I can actually make fun of both SKT and KT fans. See, because the SKT fans, they're like non-existent in that crowd. And the KT fans don't actually even know which side up the logo goes. Like, clearly, neither side's fans are actually fans. Like, I could freaking draw a con logo in my sleep. Alright? Alright, that's true fandom. Actually, wait, what is the con logo? Oh, it's like the blue flag thingy. Okay, yes, I could draw that in my sleep. Ha! KT fighting! Alright, so in the bottom left as the red Protoss we do have Sun, and actually I might want to go back to VLC because they're doing the wrong aspect ratio thing. Alright. Let me switch back 1 second guys, waiting for my VLC to load. Alright, cool. Ready for the switch? Yoink. Oh, look at that sick micro. Sick micro. Now I have to actually make it like big. Ah! Let me not block all the cheering school children. Did you guys see that? Wow! Tell me everybody saw that kid. What a boss. Oh my god. That kid is gonna get a stern talking to from his parents if they see that. That kid was so good. Oh man, I cannot believe it. Oh god. Oh god. That little tainted school child. He looks like 12 and he's like, oh man. It looks like a lot of people missed it in the chat. Essentially, you know what? Let's just not even go there. Oh man, what happened to her? She looks like she's gonna be sick. Hope she's okay. Yeah, basically some kid pretended to be filleting on the camera, which was quite amusing. And he's like 12. Like, he's like a little kid. Why do we keep showing? Is she like somebody famous? Or are they just like trolling her? Anyway, it's Forge Fast Expand against 14 Full into Expand, so like nothing out of the ordinary is going on in the game. That's why camera guy is just like showing us silly things from the crowd. That's pretty mean though, because it's not even like she was doing anything wrong. Oh, she gets a present. Apparently, if you get on camera and the camera guy likes you, they give you like a free box of curry or something. Pretty jealous, pretty jealous. I want some OGN curry. Anyway, free base versus, looks like core part of the wall. Nice little wall up there with one gap. Yeah, everything's standard. So we're just gonna drone up a little bit more and then take his gases. And we'll have to wait for the core to finish to see exactly what the Protoss is doing, of course. There is something at the watchtower in the middle, presumably just a Zergling. And looks like Queen is going somewhere. Oh, I think she's walking over to the third now. So did her inject, pooped out a creep tumor, and is now walking over there, while the rest of the Zerglings take down those destructible rocks, blocking that. Still no third or fourth, or still no third gas taken. Neither of the gas at the natural. Perhaps going for some big warp gate timing here. Although he doesn't actually need to take gases just yet, I think. I think he can still take them now. And looks like Queen gets there, good time to get an inject off. Just a couple of seconds later than having enough energy. Oh, but it looks like he's actually not doing the inject because he's paying too much attention to these drones at the natural. Ooh, doing some nice drone pulls, but loses one drone anyway. Actually loses two drones. The Zergling's blocking that last drone there. He did not click it to minerals, so the Zergling's actually just trapped it. So trading that one Zealot for two drones was absolutely worth it, I think. Nice little move there. Meanwhile, I still don't see any tech. Oh, he's just going for a ridiculously fast third. That is... Did he even break down the rocks yet? I don't think he broke down the rocks yet. I think what he did was he sent his first stalker to that third base and then walled it in completely and is now just immediately taking a third. Wow, that is greedy, man. He's taking a third off one stalker and one sentry. He doesn't even have the one Zealot anymore. He had one Zealot and he lost it to kill two drones. He's actually just taking the third base off two units. Man, this is some some seriously ballsy play here. I was wondering, I was like, he's not adding warp gates, he's not getting gas, so what the hell is he doing? I guess he's gonna make a Nexus. Now, I mean, so how does he defend, like, you know, the Roach timing right now, like the, you know, the 11-minute Roach max? Can you defend it if you're gonna take a third? Because he took his third at like the 8-minute mark. All right, just look at that little clock thingy that I usually don't use, but he took the third at like the 8-minute mark. The Roach Warren is finished. Is the Cacia gonna try and punish this by, you know, by making a bunch of roaches and killing him? I mean, there's 5 sentries out now, so that would be a little bit difficult. You know, I gotta say, this is a very map-specific strategy, you know, because the third base on this map is so easy to take, and you can just wall it in at the top of 2 ramps, that this might actually be an okay build. I still don't want to say a safe build, but a build that I guess you can pull off if you just want to be greedy as hell. Overseer going to come in here, see what the transition is. He's going to see a Twilight and a Robo, so going to be prepared for anything here. If he's going to get obs out. If he sees some Muta, he can immediately get Blink. Actually, he's got Blink already. Alright, so never mind. He's going to get Blink preemptively. It'll still be useful no matter what comes. But I thought he might have like maybe waited for the Observer to see what the Observer's doing and then kind of decide one way or the other if he needs to like chrono out Immortals and get more Stalkers, or get that Blink and go for Templar tech. I mean, we do see a bunch of Spine Crawlers being made, and the 4th base being taken at the 12 o'clock. A few Stalkers moving out here. He's going to be a little bit careful with those. Actually, I like how he's only leaving the sentries at home and only moving out with the Stalkers, because Blink is about to finish, right? So even if he you know, gets caught in a bad position, he can, you know, just use a Blink and run away with those Stalkers. Whereas the sentries would not be able to do that, so not going to overcommit to anything in the middle. Just kind of clear out the watchtower, kind of keep the creep spread in check. Seems to be a good move. It's like Observer, going to see what's going on. Going to get warded away by that Queen and Overseer, and I believe he saw the Spire, so yeah, he's adding a cannon at his natural, not adding any cannons in his main. a lot of warp gates in the main base, but powered only by 2 pylons there. I think that's what the observer is trying to show us. Well, actually, no, there are a couple more pylons there at the bottom, but that is a bit of a vulnerable gateway farm there in the main base. There's 11 mutas about to pop, 12 mutas on the way, +1 air attack as well. But this is a bit confusing to me. If Cacia was going to go for mutas, I don't know why he took the 12 o'clock base instead of like the top right main. Because like recently we saw a very cool game, I can't remember who the player was, but where the Zerg went for mutas on this map, and he took his main into natural, and then he expanded to the top right third, and then the bottom right natural. So he took like really far apart bases, or actually it might have been the bottom right main, I can't remember, but he took really far apart bases, which is exactly what you want when you're going for mutas. Just abuse that mobility and prevent, you know, all your bases just from dying to a single massive push from the Protoss. But oh my god, a huge blink onto the mutas, Jesus, taking so much damage, wow. Cacia got way too bold there with those mutas, got pulled all the way into the main, and a huge blink right on top of them. It's going to make them a lot less effective now. He's got to be so careful. He's losing even more mutas now. I mean, he's killing a few probes here and there, but you see he's trading like mutas for probes 1 for 1. It's like horrible. Meanwhile, more spine crawlers being made here at the front, just to help defend against any big push. So it looks like rather than, you know, taking a bunch of faraway bases and going for, oh no, actually never mind, he is now taking the bottom right main, and he's taking the top right third there. So he is starting to kind of do that mass expand build while he keeps the Protoss pinned back with these Mutalisks, but really does not want to be losing those, because, you know, doing damage with the mutas and killing probes is only like part of what you want to do with them. Another big part of having those mutas is really the map control, like keeping the Protoss pinned in his base. Very similar to like muta harass in ZVT and StarCraft in Brood War, or like having Reavers sitting outside the Terran base, or just doing Reaver harass in PvT in Brood War. It's like a lot of it is just trying to keep your opponent, like, I don't want to say contained, but just, you know, on the defensive. Anyway, the muta's gonna go in here to the third, but there's plenty of stalkers here, and he's gonna take care of that. One of the pylons goes down, but that's not a big deal. So the question is, when is Sun gonna feel safe moving out? He does have Storm on the way. Feels a little bit late to me. I don't know if he got that Templar Archives immediately upon seeing the mutas, but he is getting Storm now, getting a couple High Templar. And might just wait until he's maxed out. He's got some got 1 High Templar at least at every base with a few cannons, and then just move out with this giant Protoss Death Ball, and use his Templar and cannons to defend his bases against the muta counterattack. And oh man, another huge blink, but it looks like Cacia feels like he has enough mutas to actually take it, and actually does manage to pick off a good number of the stalkers without losing too many mutas. Some good micro there to kind of keep the mutas somewhat stacked. Meanwhile, some Lings running into the third to counterattack, but they're going to get well, killed. Yeah, that wasn't that effective. Looks like some Zell's gonna run in and just be obnoxious there, or changelings rather. But that is a nice spine crawler field. Oh man, that is a lot of spine crawlers. He's got, what is that? Okay, 24 plus, how many was on the second tab? Like 6? I think he's got actually 30 spine crawlers roundabout. The thing is, most of them are focused at the natural, so I guess if Sun pushes around the right side and kind of swoops in from the top right, he might be able to get a better angle. And meanwhile, he's also taking his 4th base now, which is going to be very vulnerable to like a Ling counterattack. Looks like some Ling's actually trying to run by into the main, but there is a nice little block there. And the Muta's trying to go into the third, but there's 4 High Templar and a bunch of Stalkers and Cannons there. So Sun doing a good job actually defending his bases. Big blink in on all the Mutalisks, and looks like he is going to push them away. But actually the Mutas kill that Nexus with their last shot there, just the last spiteful volley, taking down the Nexus. It's going to be really annoying for Sun. I gotta say, Cacia is actually just completely in control of this game right now. He's got a huge spine crawler walls up. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases up and running to Sun's 3. I mean, Sun is, you know, one of the best, if not the best, StarCraft 2 player on SKT, and he's just getting completely demolished here by Cacia, who has played like what, 1 game this whole season of Pro League, and nobody in my chat actually knew who he was. I didn't even know who he was. I mean, I vaguely heard of somebody called Cacia, and now he's actually beating Sun. You know, this is one of those guys who's just been playing StarCraft 2 way more than I guess like the Broodor guys have, and well, now he's pretty damn good at it. Forcing a cancel again on that fourth. I think he's gonna eventually Sun's gonna be forced into an all-in situation here, because he just cannot get that fourth base up. But it looks like he's gonna do a huge blinking into the natural here, blinking right past everything. But there's a lot of infestors coming up. Oh man, he could get fungled, and there's one big fungal on the stalkers. He's gonna get these guys trapped. They won't even be able to blink away now. There's one High Templar standing there. Is he gonna try and like feedback some of the infestors, or just storm them or something? I think feedback might be more useful, perhaps. But a big clump of stalkers getting taken down by the fungals there, and here we go. The rest of the army's moving in, but they're just running into the spine crawler wall. What is he doing? What is he doing? The High Templars run straight into spine crawlers. He kills the Zerg's natural, but he lost some of those sentries and High Templar. The crucial units there cannot actually blink into the natural there. Sorry, Sun. Only stalkers can blink up there. So Sun's just like, well, I guess I'll only make stalkers then. And actually, he's gonna kill this second Spire that was in production, presumably just for upgrades. He actually also has a mothership on the way. He's blinking into the main base here, and actually it looks like, oh, but there's the big fungal on the stalkers on the low ground. A bunch of mutiling running in here, and this could be the end for Sun. The big infested Terran volley there. Actually, it's gonna be. Is it gonna be close? No, it's not gonna be close. No, Sun's gonna get completely wrecked. Oh man, wiping the floor with those stalkers. No High Templar or Sentry support for those stalkers. And looks like Sun is going to try and counterattack, pick off one of these expansions that Acacia is trying to take. But it looks like Acacia is about to just take down Sun here. I mean, it's I don't know what else to say. Sun got owned. He couldn't handle the Muta Imba. Mutas are pretty Imba though, not gonna lie. So gonna counterattack, pick off another hatchery, but Acacia doesn't really care about that. And looks like, yeah, you storm those Zerglings. You show them who's boss. At least he's gonna have a mothership. Motherships are pretty good, right? Oh, being annoying here. Oh, blink down. That's pretty cute. And then mutas kill everything, and it's not as cute. Bye bye, stalkers. Alright, so Sun's at 146 supply right now against like a 178 supply Zerg. But he's got a mothership. He's got like no splash though. His only splash is that one High Templar that, I don't know, has maybe 2 storms in it. So he's got 2 Psy storms, potentially. And that's it. And there's like a billion spine crawlers which don't even take damage to from storm. Sun, I think, is just going to play a turtle game from here. He knows he's behind. He knows his army isn't strong enough to actually do anything useful right now. Like, he tried to do some fancy blink harass, but obviously or blink stalker harass, but obviously the mutas are fast enough to go and defend those bases. So he's just going to turtle up, secure 6 o'clock, maybe go over to that bottom right third as well. Yeah, it looks like he's just planted a nexus there as well. And just kind of poke around a little bit here in the middle of the map, but I really think he should not go in too far. There are a lot of infestors on the map, so he does not want to get just fungled in a bad position. Looks like the muta's coming in here, but they do get stormed. They are all in the orange. There are a couple of Archons there, as well as some cannons supporting, and whoa! Storms the mineral line there. He just pulled the probes away in time, but gotta be a little bit careful with that. And the funny thing is, he's still completely unaware of that bottom right base. The observer did show us that before. But like he's gonna send a probe over there and be like, yes, now I can take another expansion, and it's all just gonna be mined out. Anyway, it looks like the greatest bar is finished now. I believe that is +3 Zerg's air attack, air weapons, air attack, whatever it is. Looks like this base actually is spotted now. It's gonna get cleaned up. And I mean, I guess that's nice, but the Zerg's gonna have a bunch of Broodlords on the way. He can actually start pushing with his spine crawlers. Actually, the creep spread is quite bad from Acacia. He's actually just not been spreading creep since like the 10-minute mark. He like spread it to the middle. He's like, okay, it's far enough that I can build 1 million spine crawlers. That's all the creep I need. Like by this point, you should expect. I would have expected the creep to be, all the way on the Protoss side of the map, because now without the creep in like pushing out, he can't really bring the spine crawlers underneath the Broodlords as easily. So even though he has this scary Broodlord Infestor army, he kind of you still do want to keep it in range of the spine crawlers, just so you don't get like a huge vortex and just immediately die. And pushing with the spine crawlers. I mean, it is a very, nowadays, that's what the Zergs do in the super late game ZVP, but can't do it without creep, man. I mean, he could just like bring overlords now and spread creep. Just like bring a bunch of overlords and like do the creep poopy thingy, whatever that's called. Is there actually a proper name for that ability, or can I just call it the creep poopy thingy? Because that's like it's pretty good and descriptive, I think. Anyway, doing some DT harass at these bases, doing a good job here. I'm a little bit surprised there's actually no spore crawler at this base. It's pretty standard in the late game for Protoss to be sending out random DTs all over the place, so you should have like a spore crawler and some spines at all your expos. I mean, there's no reason not to. If you can afford to make 80 spine crawlers at the front, you can certainly afford to make a spore crawler in each expansion. Anyway, it looks like he's going in here with his army, a bunch of Archons now, gonna help out, and oh, Neurals, the mothership, and oh no, he vortexed all the Protoss army. Oh god, did he just feedback his own mothership? Wait, did he just feedback his own mothership? Is that what just happened? Whoa, god, and Fungals as everything comes out. He storms on all the Broodlords, though. The Broodlords are all very clumped, but wow. It's completely demolished. Well, I guess that's all for you, son. And so by son, I mean by son. Wow, that is a confusing name. So that is GG for sure. I mean, he managed to save some of the units that got out. Most of the Archons managed to escape, but the Spinecrawler force is pushing forward. The Broodlord Infestor army is moving forward. Looks like he's actually just going to kill these rocks with Broodlings. Funnily enough, they don't actually damage the rocks that quickly, but well. And see, this is the thing, because his creep spread is so bad, it's now going to take him quite a while to actually finish Sun off. Like, if his creep spread was, to the other side of the map, he could just move out right now, bring all his spines, and just end the game. But now he has to be a little bit more careful. Because it doesn't actually look like his army is that humongous. He doesn't have very much ground support with it. So, even though Broodlord Infestor is good, it's a little bit tricky. The funny thing is, though, that since Sun feedbacked his own mothership, he just like doesn't even have a vortex left. So, well, it looks like the army's moving out once again. It looks like he's just going to counterattack here. Sun realizes he cannot actually engage the main Zerg army, so he's just going to go for a base race here. This is like the opposite of what would happen in like the mid game here, like because the Zerg was going muted Ling, right? So usually you'd be like, oh well, the Zerg wants to go for like the base raid situation, but now that we're in the late game with all the mass Broodlords out, no chance for Sun to actually engage the army straight up, but no chance for him to engage this Spinecrawler army either. Look at all those Spinecrawlers, that's crazy. I think actually he wouldn't actually do that badly against his Broodlord force. Like, I think he might be overestimating the strength of the Zerg's army right now, because if you look at his army, there's only like 5 or 6 Infestors underneath. Like, that's a lot of Broodlings. But I feel like if he does have enough energy on his mothership right now, if he gets a good vortex off, he can actually kill this army. Like, that is 7 Archons and a ton of Blink Stalkers and a couple of High Templar there. Either storming the Broodlords when they're clumped or just feedbacking the Infestors. Whatever he does is going to be good. And look at this, picking up a lot of Corruptors here. That's he's gotten so many free Corruptors so far this game. Looks like a nice Fungal, though, on the army. Oh, man, does not want to get Fungal in range. Got to keep the army together. Got to get that Vortex off. Does he have the Vortex? Don't get Neural this time, please. Whoa, one Infestor's going out. He wants a Neural. One Infestor leading the way, but I think it's going to get feedbacked. Yeah, it does get feedbacked immediately. Good job by Sun. He's aware of the danger this time. I mean, he's got to do something before his main dies. It looks like one Void Ray is going to come out. I mean, that'll be useful, but look at this. The Protoss army is actually going to flank the Zerg. Oh, man, the Protoss army actually surrounding the Zerg. When was the last time you saw that happen? Actually, wait, no, Infestor's coming in the back, and then Neural again! He Neurals the mothership again! Oh my god, Sun! Son, do you not realize that you're supposed to keep the mothership for yourself? Vortexes go on the Zerg army, not on the Protoss army. Oh my god, and now Sun is just completely dead. Getting your mothership neural twice in one game? Oh god, I feel so bad for Sun. Man, that was a pretty sick engagement though. I was like, oh no, the Zerg army's getting flanked, and then like 5 Infestors come in the back and just steal the mothership. Infestor hit squad. So now Sun has just lost his entire main base. He's got almost no army left. He's got no infrastructure to reproduce it. He's rebuilding all his gateways at the bottom right main, but I mean obviously he's completely dead. Interestingly enough, the Zerg doesn't seem to have retaken those expansions that he lost earlier to like the DTs and the Blink Stalkers. So if you look at the top right, actually I don't know if they were killed later on again or something, but Acacia's on his original 4 bases, so he's probably going to get mined out pretty quickly here. And he actually doesn't have that much money in the bank, so if somehow Sun can actually kill this army, he potentially might come back in the game. I mean, obviously it's very difficult, but this Void Ray is doing a fantastic job here. Where are the Infestors to help out? The Infestors are actually stuck outside there, and what? Oh, okay, no, this time it was a correct Vortex. Alright. He vortexed properly this time. I was like, I swear to God, if you get neuraled 3 times on your mothership in one game, you should actually just like consider switching to League of Legends or something. Actually, no, that's very mean. I wouldn't wish that fate on anybody. And wait a minute, he just killed the last of the Broodlords. Acacia does not have enough economy to reproduce everything. Acacia's down to 107 supply. And he's got like 5,000 gas, but no minerals. Okay, no, he's got a 9 o'clock base. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't notice the 9 o'clock base, but 9 o'clock base is the only base that's mining. It looks like the 12 o'clock base even just died to something. I don't know what it died to. But Acacia, is he going to lose? That Void Ray has 20 kills! That is a 20 kill Void Ray. That is a 20 kill Void Ray. And now there are 2 War Prisms running around as well. Oh man, this game, I think Sun might actually win this game. If Sun wins this game, I swear to God, Acacia, really? Really, Acacia? Acacia? Dude, how do you... I mean, okay, he's got a million spine crawlers here, that's gonna help defend the base at least, but you need more than spine crawlers to win a game. He should just like make only Infestors right now. He's got 4,000 gas and almost no minerals. Just spam Infestors, just have like 80 Infestors. That'll be sick. I just want to see that, even if it's not good, I just want to see what happens if you get 18 Infestors. Just infinite chain fungals on everything. You can just start fungling individual units. It's like, hey look, there's a probe over there, let me just fungal it. Because you can't attack it, right? Just fungal the probe. Yeah, oh, I think he tried to neural it, but he didn't get it this time. He's like leading off with individual Infestors. Oh my God, if we crash. I swear to God, if the stream crashes, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, thank you. Jesus. Could you imagine a buffer into GG at this point? It just like the stream crashes and we're like in a Doritos commercial when we come back. Like please no Doritos commercial, please. I swear to God, if the stream stays up for the rest of this game, I'll just like go out and buy like an entire crate of Doritos. Please, please no Doritos commercial. Show us the end of the game. Anyway, it looks like some High Templar is being loaded up in a Warp Prism. Is he going to Storm Drop? There's a lot of Spine Crawlers there. He'd need to like load some Zealots up to tank the first Spine Crawler hits or something if he wants to do that. I don't think he can just drop the Templars there. They'll just die instantly to the Spines unless he has like some sick reaction time or something. Anyway, so now Acacia is mining on 1 base and has lost his entire Broodlord Infestor army, so he's actually behind on supply right now. Actually, supplies are almost dead even. 147 against 142. Sun lost his entire main base, and yet he's now taken the bottom 3 bases, so he's got plenty of income, and he's rebuilding all his infrastructure as well. And this army is not particularly scary anymore. There's, you know, 5 Infestors and like 8 Broodlords. That's not that much. And it looks like, yes, there were 2 Zealots actually loaded into that War Prism, so he's going to go for a huge Storm Drop. Man, could you imagine if he gets like a 6 Storm Drop because all the probes at those bases? Oh, we might have a big engagement here, though. Oh, spreading out the Broodlords does not want to get Vortexed. But this War Prism is going to get spotted by some Overlords. Man, I really want to see a 6 Storm Drop here. There are so many drones there. I think every single one of Acacia's drones are here. Oh my God, he's going in! He's going in! Storm! Oh God, Acacia! Acacia losing. I don't actually know how many drones he lost. There are actually a ridiculous number of drones still alive there. I don't understand. How are there so many drones alive? What? Why are there still drones alive? Why is Storm so bad? What? God, Storm is so fucking bad in this game. What the hell? What the hell? Man, that just like makes me really sad, because that should have been glorious. And it just like didn't do anything. Anyway, alright, now the Broodlord army is moving in. They have some queens to support now. Alright, Vortex, Vortex, Vortex! Ooh, yes! The best Vortex I've ever seen. Got an entire 2 Corruptors. But you know what? You know what? Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You guys are like, oh man, that was a terrible Vortex. But you're wrong. You know why you're wrong? Because that Vortex didn't hit the Protoss army. Booyah! Did not Vortex my own units. I think this is a success. I think that was a successful Vortex. Anyway, it looks like he's going to crush through the army anyway, even though he missed the Vortex. So, yeah. Bye-bye, Zerg army. Bye-bye, Broodlords. And there go the last of the Broodlords. Acacia, no way he can reproduce anything. Even though his drones are strong enough to tank storm damage, he just lost everything. Although, he still has a bunch of spine crawlers. He now has transitioned into the 6 4 crawler plus 1 spine crawler defense. Because that's very useful. Why the hell does he have 6 4 crawlers there? That was so random. It's like an arc of 6 spores. And there's like 1 spine. I don't understand. I just don't understand. What is that? Was he just like, oh my god, it's a mothership. Kill the mothership with spore crawlers. The thing is though, like if I was Acacia, I wouldn't even want to kill the mothership. Because the mothership is like on his team. The mothership actually helps him more than it, more than it hurts him, right? And it looks like Sun's actually going to lose the last of his army as well. So this is just like the most ridiculous game I've ever seen. See, but the difference, okay, the difference is that Sun's still mining on all bottom three bases, and this guy, what's his face? Acacia is only mining from that 9 o'clock. Looks like he's doing the good old 4 changeling attack on that base, because that's gonna be really useful, I'm sure. Are there no spore crawlers there? Oh no, there's 1 spore crawler. Because I was gonna say it'd be hilarious if there were no spores there. So he just like warped in 4 DTs with the warp prism and killed the hatchery. That'd be awesome. So it looks like Lynx though are coming into this expansion. Might be able to take it. Oh, can he get the good fungals off? He's building an infested Terran wall there to allow the Zerglings to do more damage, but the Stalkers just blink across it, and then the Archons just kill everything. And GG from Acacia, Sun making a